Etheria Restart is a turn-based strategy RPG. When a devastating global freeze threatens to extinguish human civilization, humanity transfers their consciousness into Etheria, a virtual world to preserve their legacy. Within Etheria, humans coexist with beings known as the Animus, who wield mysterious anima powers. Their peaceful coexistence shatters when the Genesis virus emerges, corrupting the Animus and driving them berserk, endangering humanity's survival. In response, the Hyperlinker Union forms to combat this threat. So let's start with the user interface. So the user interface, I'm actually impressed because we do have a dorm type for the user interface. In terms of their main menu, I do hope that they will be able to incorporate a move around function for your avatar to be able to use some of the furniture that you have here. It's gonna be impressive if they can do that eventually. Again, the menus are very streamlined. You could collapse them, you could hide them. There are different ways on how to manipulate your menus. Plus, it's very minimalistic, and I really enjoy it because I see a lot of the functionalities also being incorporated in the dorm itself. Again, very efficient, very fun for me. I think this is the first time that I've seen this type of UI being presented in a dorm. Again, kudos to them. I really love this. So far, it's going to be great if, again, they could have the avatar move around their main menu. As for character design, I really appreciate that they're on point with the design, especially with the 3D, 3D design of the characters and where you could view the characters. The characters are very diverse in terms of design. Some of them are futuristic, some of them are classic, some of them are steampunk, some of them, are retro. It actually works. So again, there's no really theme to what you see in the character design. Some of them are magical even. And as far as the skins is concerned, right now, the theme of their skins is just a color palette switch. There's not much of a different skin, but I do hope that this changes during launch, that they could offer, they could offer a lot of skins for all of their main characters, especially for SSR characters. I appreciate that they're putting out skins right now for the CBT, but again, as I've said, they should put out a lot of skins because skins are the way to customize your favorite characters and you to enjoy them more. And lastly, guys, their SSRs are no slouch as well. Their SSRs are very, very useful. Let's say, for example, for Marvel, he can be used in PvP and is dominating PvP as well. Depending on your build, I have here Gray, also one of my dependables in terms of DPS, especially if you're, you're in the early stages of this game. Plus, I do have Sanya as one of the best healers that I've seen in this game. She has revived, she is everything. Again, SRs are no slouch. They can be used. They are fun to use, and they will be part of your beginning journey or beginner's journey in this game. As far as my favorites in this game, I have Chamat, of course, that I've built so extensively that I have her nearing level 50. I then have Freya for my next favorite, and one of the favorites in design that I think I haven't really used is going to be Ziada, because I don't have much resources, in which we will go to that later in this video. So for the battle system, we do have a very clean UI as well. Below here is going to be your queuing system. On your right is going to be your skills and their cooldowns. Currently, I am playing this on auto. We do have a toggle on auto or manual depending on your preference. You do have to unlock auto, as usual on a certain stage. Then you can see the boss mechanic on how this boss is going to be able to be effective in killing you. And also, we do have the buff that you have per character. It's very, very clear here on what you have right now, including HP, including this is going to be, I think, the speed. So again, if you want to tweak your characters, especially this is going to be turn-based, the play here is solely going to be it's going to be mainly be on the turns, the speed, the frequency of you doing your actions, and also how the effects play in, how the damage plays in. And on your left as well, this is the whole interface with all the buffs and your HP. Plus, if you do have a shield, it's indicated in blue. And on the top, of course, is going to be the HP of your boss, plus the buffs, plus the debuffs as well. So for my team, I do have a couple of DPS. I do have one, two. I do have a buffer here with Freya. I do have a healer. I do have a sustain, and probably I think the most exciting character right now for me to use, because again, Chamat not only is good for your sustain, but she is actually good as well in terms of DPS. So this team is built really to survive long term, especially if you don't have a counter. You do have a healer plus a reviver as well. So again, guys, the team building in this game is going to be diverse. There are certain teams that you can bring 4. There are certain game modes that you can bring 5 or 4. So again, it's gonna be up to you on how to mix and match all of your characters in order to maximize damage, turns, debuffs, and buffs. So for the gacha system, guys, we do have a couple of limited banners here. But before that, before you start Etheria Restart, there's going to be a beginner banner, which is a selector banner in which you could select one SR. That is actually very, very good once you start this game. And let's go to the other banners that we have here. So definitely we do have 2 limited banners. We have the standard banner here, which is a permanent summon, and we do have another banner here. And what are the differences of these banners? So first and foremost, the limited banner runs on an anime prototype currency, which you can swap with your Hydra Crystal. For each Anima prototype, it's equivalent to 100 Hydra crystals. So take note of that. Then for this limited banner, there are 2 limited banners. This currency is going to be your Apex prototype. If you want to summon for this banner, the exchange is going to be 300 Hydra crystals. And this currency is mainly farmed in your PvP. But one good news is for this limited banner, the characters are also available in your standard banner. So as you can see here, we do have Masaya here. He's in the limited banner, but he's also in the permanent banner. So good news, you don't really need to farm this banner heavily or this banner heavily, because both of these are actually Apex prototype. So for the probabilities in each of the gacha banners, the limited banner is going to be 100% drop. Okay, take note, there are no other SR or SSRs here. So this is a 100% drop for Freya. So this is good news for free-to-play as well. SSRs, you're guaranteed every, I think 10, you get an SSR. As for your permanent summon banner, if you want to summon for other characters, you're gonna have to go through this banner. So this banner includes everything, including the limited characters, which is actually nice. And at 50% consecutive summons, the drop rate increases. So there's a soft pity on top of your 50 pulls. So the higher the chance that you could get above 50, of course. This one has its rates, as you can see here. But so far, what I can say with the gacha system, again, very, very generous in terms of the 100% drop rate. So guys, for the dupe system in this game, it's not going to be grindy as some of the gacha games that you're accustomed to, the dupe system is definitely going to be good, but not going to be a backbreaker, because more or less the dupe system is going to give you stat buffs, like for example Chamat here. At the first copy, again, there's an increased stat. The second copy is going to be the same. Sorry, the third copy is going to be the same. The second copy is going to be a healing received at 10%. The fourth copy is going to be a crit rate at 8%. And the last one is going to be an increased damage dealt by additional 10% and increased damage taken by an additional 10%. So you don't have to worry about getting dupes. This game is fun as a collector, really. You could go to the next character that you want to collect and probably go through the dupe system as part of a passive thing that you need to improve, and only improve characters that you feel that you want to improve or your favorites. So for the gearing system, there are two types of gears technically that you have to use. First is going to be your module. The module is your gearing system. It has set effects. You can use multiple sets, particularly 2 sets at most, so that you could trigger other effects or bonuses in terms of stats. So right now we have Wellspring. We do have a bonus of plus 25% HP. Then you have Swift Rush. So minimum of 3 is going to be your set. This is going to give you a bonus of a speed of 20%. So as you have more of the count for each of the sets, you're going to have a higher bonus for each set. So the highest for Swift Rush is going to be 35%, plus for your Wellspring it's going to be 45% HP. So that is the first part of the gearing system. The second part would be your shells. So these are very, very cute creatures that can give you additional points for your gear set, plus can give you additional effects and again additional passive effects. The only thing that is going to be a challenge here is going to fine-tune all of these stats. These passive effects, you're going to be fine-tuning them, and it will be requiring training data as your currency. Again, the fine-tuning of these sets is going to be hard, plus the farming of the stats is going to be hard because, again, these are random. So once you decide on a specific set, you'll have to upgrade them up to 15 to be able to see what they're going to give you. So even if you get a base here of attack and speed, there is another upgrade to the speed in which you can see here it's green. The base upgrade here, if this is 0, if this is level 0, this is going to be at the 2. Or I think 3. Once this is green, as you upgrade, it goes to plus 5. So there are other upgrades here. Again, this is speed is plus 4. This speed is plus 2 because it's the basic level. Again, the colors are going to refer to as your updates. Defense here is upgraded at blue. So at tier 2 upgrade, effect resistance, effect accuracy. Then you have those things. So here is an example as well of a well upgraded speed at plus 8, but you'll have to open this up. Again, I got the lower part because I opened it further up to level 15, and I got a lot of luck in terms of getting the speed to plus 8. Again, the speed up, the gear upgrading for this game is a lot on RNG and heavy on the currency. So for the content in this game, there's going to be a main story for this game, obviously, but I already finished it. Then you'll be going to the other farming content that you will be needing. So this one is going to be for your shell drop, module drop, Animus XP to gain XP for your characters, Prowess material. This is going to be for additional stats that you can get for your characters, unlocking their skills. And you do have side challenges, team challenge. Again, this game has a lot of things to do, and they are very, very fun. you can, the grind of this game is not that long. Once you get through the story and you're grinding this every day, it's not as tedious as other games. So definitely you'll be enjoying all of these. So as for your energy system, right now I'm maxed out at 184. There's definitely not a carryover or a saving function for the energy for this game. So I do hope that they implement that in the future. The saving functionality plus the content, guys, is going to be consuming a 10 energy across the board. So all of your content here, you're going to be enjoying 10 energy, which you can maximize your energy. But again, you still need to have a saving function just in case you go over the cap. You need to save those energy for you to use during your next play. Again, the energy system is very, very, very friendly. 10 is the magic number for all of the cost of your energy, including your main story. So for PvP, we do have Arena Realm, and the first one is your Etheria. This is going to be your PvP versus AI. The second one is going to be your Summit Arena. So for your Summit Arena, we do have a drafting type of what do you call this, of PvP. So right now I am going first. I'm going to be drafting first. So you cannot select the character that has been drafted by your opponent. So you select, for if you're first, you get to select one, then your opponent gets to select two for his or her turn. On your next turn, you'll also be selecting two. So as you can see, no dupes in this PvP. I'll be getting my usual here for PvP. So confirming the selection and this selection. Then going back to the, what do you call this? Your opponent, which selects another two. Let's wait for the matching here. After you guys have selected all of your characters, we'll go to that in a bit. So let's finish up what I have here. So I have my 5. My opponent is going to be selecting 1. So after you have selected all of your 5 characters, you can actually ban one of his or her characters that you think is going to give you an edge. So confirm disable, then you can disable that. Then your opponent also disables one of your picks. So that is it. So for the third one, it's going to be Fearless Arena. So for this type of PvP arena, this is going to be your full-blown PvP wherein you can choose all of your teams. Right now, I can't go into the arena because it's going to be off-season. So basically, this is going to be the pinnacle of all PvP modes. So guys, right off the bat, I am highly recommending that you play this game, especially if you want to be on a free-to-play route. The Gacha System and the Dupe System is really, really very, very friendly. I kid you not. Again, the potential of this game is very, very massive. I'm not sure how this game is going to be growing, but definitely it's trending in the right direction as far as CBT is concerned. PvP will have its competitive play. For all the farming stages, you'll also be enjoying it. It's just, striking a balance whether how much of the farming and the PvP you would like to share or you would like to spend time in. Again, PvP is going to be an extra for those who don't want to go through PvP modes. But again, guys, the resources for PvP are actually good. Even if you just, do the bare minimum of your PvP, I don't think you'll be disappointed. As far as farming, at first you're gonna be, you're gonna have to take time in farming for resources, especially for the modules. Especially for the shells, you're going to be farming currency, you're going to be farming stats as well. That is where you're going to be spending your time on. But as far as I know, farming for this game is very, very friendly. Again, the mechanics is great. And what can I say? Guys, play this game. I'll see you. I'll be playing this during launch, and I'll be doing more videos for Etheria Restart as the game launches. Guys, thank you very much for staying this far. Take care. Stay safe. This is the Warden, and I'm out of here.